the outdated system in the PBA hindering their own growth? A lot of good players from the Filipino Basketball League these days are unrecognizable. In today's video, we will break down on what's really happening in the Filipino basketball scenery. By the end of this video, I will give you my thesis about the PBA and what I think they can improve on moving forward. If you have any opinion about the PBA on what they can do better, or even just this video in general, don't be afraid to comment down below and share your opinions. And let's make this a conversation. Before we get to this breakdown, if you haven't done so, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification button, as I will be making videos every week for you guys. And now, let's get to it. In the past few years, the PBA's ticket sales has been on a decline. Every year, the attendance seems like it's getting lower and lower, especially after COVID in 2020. As a matter of fact, it's quite obvious when you watch a PBA game and you can see the attendance is almost non-existent. And yet, we do not see any improvements from the league. The only time we see fans coming out and watching a game is when Ginebra plays. Ginebra is the most famous team in the Philippines when it comes to the PBA. Ginebra is the equivalent to Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA when it comes to their fan base. The PBA is ran by corporations, and you can see it on their team names. Overall, the league has only 12 teams in total as of this season of 2024. PBA is the oldest basketball league in Asia, and surprisingly, it's been capped at 12 teams. As old as the PBA is, they've failed to expand and have more teams in the league. Philippines has enough talent in the country to have at least 20 teams, but it seems like there has been some gatekeeping within the league, and it's just not as attractive to the other corporations to invest in a team. The game of basketball has expanded throughout all of Asia in the past decade. These leagues in Asia has made tremendous amount of improvement since they have begun. In recent times, these basketball leagues in Asia has welcomed Asian imports to their leagues, which the PBA has failed to do so. Because of this, viewers from other countries are turning into their leagues. Aside from the Asian imports, most of these new leagues also have 2 world imports per team. World imports usually are former NBA players, while the PBA on the other hand only allow 1 import per team. Having different imports in the PBA will only enhance the league and the players' performance, especially the locals. A country like Japan has adapted to this method, and it shows into their national team as their ranking in the world stage has moved up. Ever since Asian countries has opened their doors to Asian imports to play in their basketball leagues, Filipino basketball players has been high on demand throughout all of Asia, especially in the Southeast Asia area, countries like Taiwan, Thailand, Korea, and Japan. The majority of Asian imports of these countries are coming from the Philippines, such as RJ Abarientos, Renz Abando, and Bobby Ray Parks Jr., just to name a few. One of the common things that the majority of these players have are their age. These players are still in their early 20s and are taking the risk on leaving their country of the Philippines. Taking a new route of playing basketball professionally in a different country is something new in the Filipino basketball scenery. These career decisions for the young men was a big slap to the face of the PBA. At one point, they even banned some of these players from entering into the PBA. The banning of these players showed how insecure the PBA is. This is a wake-up call for the PBA. It's been a good 5 to 7 years since these leagues has adapted to the market. But to this date, the PBA has not yet made any adjustments. If the league keeps on going to the same route that they are currently in, they will continue to lose the interest of their fans and the future generation of players. After mentioning these problems that the PBA has, these are the things that I would change to make the league better. The first thing is, I would allow more high-level foreigners to participate in the PBA, whether that's as a coach or players. This will only not make the players better, but by bringing in new faces into the league, it will keep fans interested every season. Allowing 3 imports per team, whether that's 1 Asian import or 2 world imports, this will keep the fans happy by witnessing different high-level athletes in the league. We have too many coaches in the PBA that do not know what they are doing. We all know how heavy politics is in the PBA, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of these coaches are around in the league. It seems like the same reasons why they get into the PBA is the same reasons why they lose their jobs in the PBA as coaches. They tend to pick players based on who they know, not on who can help them win. And because of this is the same reason why they lose their jobs as PBA coaches. And overall, the game of basketball in the Philippines is being corrupted by these type of situations. They are coaching at the highest level in the Philippines, but they are coaching like they are in an inter-barangay tournament, SK level. A lot of these coaches have zero adjustability during games. There's probably a handful of coaches that's in the PBA right now that knows the game of basketball and who are willing to adapt to any given situations. A great example of a foreign coach coming to the Philippines is Coach Tab Baldwin. Coach Tab Baldwin in Ateneo is printing talent out of his system, not mentioning he has an assistant coach that is an NBA veteran in Coach Alton Lester. I know they are in a collegiate level, but some would agree with me, and it has been proven before that the Ateneo Blue Eagles has beaten PBA teams in the past during an exhibition match under Coach Tab Baldwin. There is no reason a college team should beat any professional team in the country unless the pro level in that country is weak. And I don't see the PBA as a weak league. It has some very weak coaches that's still coaching in the league till this day. A lot of people would say, what about our locals? If we allow foreigners to play in the league, locals will lose their opportunities in their own country. My solution to that is to have more teams in the PBA. Currently, we only have 12 teams in the PBA. Imagine if we have 20 to 25 teams in the PBA. Having this amount of teams in the PBA will open up more opportunities, not just for the players and coaches, but for the fans to have more options when it comes to the team that they would like to support. We can speak on the finances if it's possible to have that much teams, but I'm sure in the Philippines, we can find a way to have at least 20 teams in the PBA. Maybe find a partnership with the MPBL teams, similar to what Japan did with the B League, as they merge with all the leagues in the country. Nowadays, we see that multiple professional basketball leagues around the country is popping up. So in other words, the financial part is not a problem to have at least 20 teams in the PBA. Realistically, when it comes to basketball, Filipinos will always have time and money for it. It's just a matter of, do they want other corporations to join the league without corrupting it? Another thing they can also change is having a regular basketball calendar instead of having a 3-conference season a year. By giving the players and coaches 3 to 4 months of straight off season will give the players a good amount of time to develop their skills during the off season and also to heal their bodies. When you have a year-round season, it's tough for players to find that time to develop on a skill or two when you have practice all year around. I understand that these corporations want their products to be advertised year-round by the respective teams. But at the end of the day, if the product of players are not good, no one will be watching the league in general. Imagine if the PBA has a regular basketball calendar just like around the world, 8 months of basketball from September to April. This will also help the national team when it comes to player availability. We all know that this is one of the issues that Gilas Pilipinas has been having in the past few years. Yes, there has been adjustments that has been made, but at the end of the day, the majority of the FIBA tournaments happen during the summertime. And as you look at the players that are playing for the national team, a good amount of them are coming outside of the PBA, whether that's from Japan or Korea. And these countries has a normal basketball calendar. At this point, the PBA feels like that ex-girlfriend that you have. You know damn well she's toxic and she's no good for you, but you keep on going back to her and giving her multiple chances, even though it's not healthy for you to be there anymore. At the end of the day, you cannot fool the Filipino fans. They know what a good basketball league is and they know what a good organization is. They have voiced their opinions by not showing up to the PBA games, but at this point, it seems like the PBA is choosing not to listen to them, and the Filipino people deserves better from their Pambansang Liga. The PBA is no different to a regular everyday Filipino in the Philippines. The country is full of talented people, but the organization has failed its people by not providing the right resources for the Filipino people. It has spread into the professional level of basketball, where Filipino basketball players are becoming OFW. What do you guys think? What should the PBA do, or what do you think they should change within the league? Comment down below and don't be afraid to share your opinions. Let's keep this conversation going in the comment section. If you haven't done so, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for sticking around and watching this video till the end. We'll see you on the next one. Salamat.